The power of platform business models has grown economies become increasingly digital. However, technological companies address the challenges and solutions differently. Yo Uganda Limited is a technology solutions company developing solutions leveraged to various mobile platforms, enabling some of the largest businesses in Uganda accept mobile money payments through point-of-sales device, mobile applications or web. Their services include financial institutions, NGOs, SMEs and individuals.
We started in 2006 as a technology company, offering various solutions that make use of existing mobile phone technologies to offer benefits to businesses. For example, software solutions, mobile financial services solutions to merchants to allow them to accept mobile payments, to companies to let them use mobile money to pay their vendors, employees and so on. And we also enable financial institutions to link their systems into the existing mobile money networks. This allows international remittances to be delivered directly to mobile phones. It allows you to withdraw your money from your bank account and it goes directly into your mobile phone. And also the reverse, if you receive money on your mobile phone, you're able to send it into your bank account directly. We've been privileged to have been involved in a number of financial inclusion efforts, including one from 2015 up to date. So the most basic way in which the service is accessed is through the mobile phone. And this is why some of these projects started with ensuring that the farmers actually have mobile phones. So through the mobile phones, they are able to access the service in the most basic way using something called USSD. So USSD is when you dial, for example, star 165 hash to access the mobile money menu, or even on our service, our USSD code is star 217 hash. So for example, if a farmer is making a payment for input that they need for their activity, they would be able to dial this number and make a payment to, for example, a merchant who is selling these inputs and have that transaction carried out digitally. So through the mobile phone in the most basic way. And we also have through a mobile application and also the internet for those users who are more technologically savvy and who have embraced the internet revolution. We also have ways of accessing our services through there. A key example is, for example, the coffee exporter that we were dealing with. We didn't only deal with the farmers in terms of enabling them to access digital services.
It is also partnering with UNSDF and telecom companies for financial inclusion efforts through agriculture. Farmers are provided with low-cost phones on loans as well as advising them on savings and loans.
Targeted various agricultural value chains such as coffee in eastern Uganda, seed oil in the north, and the dairy value chain in western Uganda, where we were enabling farmers to first of all get on board in the digital ecosystem, because what we found is that a number of them did not even have phones, let alone accounts on mobile money to transact. So this involved the delivery of phones, providing of training, and enabling them see the benefits of actually using digital financial services. And so this has impacted more than 135,000 farmers. And we've also been able to do other things in those areas, such as establishing the agent networks to allow them to be able to deposit or withdraw funds, and also onboarding various businesses there to allow them to start accepting payment using digital methods. The UNCDF in full is the United Nations Capital Development Fund. So the particular section of the UNCDF that we have been partnering with in the project to digitize agricultural value chains is called the Mobile Money for the Poor Initiative, or MM4P, whose mandate is actually to enable the poorest of the poor to actually get on board onto the use of digital systems, the basic communication, but also with a focus on the use of mobile money to be able to transform their livelihoods. And one of the most basic ways is to enable them start transacting and therefore creating some sort of record which can be used to be able to profile them in terms of their economic activities and get access to other financial services such as loans facilities, which have previously been the preserve of the, should I say, the more well-to-do and the middle class. And so we've partnered with them through their support to be able to reach out to specifically people involved in the agricultural value chains, with the main target of farmers, being that they are the majority of when you look at the economic activities that are carried out in Uganda, you would find that agriculture employs most of the people. So it was quite a natural place to start for such a project. And given the fact that also these agricultural activities are predominantly carried out in the rural areas. And so this was a prime target for this project. We also dealt with the coffee exporter to help them incorporate the use of mobile payments in their day-to-day operation. So in this case, we actually developed a tablet application which this company gave to their officials who were in charge of receiving coffee from the farmers. So these officials would be holding these tablets. When the farmers deliver their coffee, they're able to punch in information while still in the field, punch in information about the kilograms delivered. It automatically calculates what is due and then triggers a payment to the farmer. So we have a variety of methods through which the service can be accessed, from the most basic to the most sophisticated.
Women are benefiting a lot from the financial services, in a sense that women can be able to go to credit circles, because credit circles have now gone digital. They can access loans and be able to provide, if it is agriculture or their needs. Then even schools, you find that parents now, like the women, if you go to the rural areas, it's the women who are paying school fees. So it has made this life easier for them to actually pay schools without having to go kilometers just to pay a child's school fees. Then one of the challenges that we are facing with adaptation is that in the rural areas still, the women don't hold phones. The husbands are done with the phones, and when these women when the men hold the phones, they actually possess everything. So if a woman maybe is expecting money from an NGO or from a circle, and the man gets the message, he's not going to maybe inquire from his wife. He's just going to go use it for maybe drinking or something else. And when this woman asks, and then the man is like, it's my money, it's my phone, and whatever is yours is mine, because I know, the vows, what is yours is mine. So they'll end up using the money. At the end of the day, this woman is not going to do what she had planned to do. And the men forget that this is to benefit both the family, the homestead. Because if both the man and the woman work together, the family grows. But if you only left to, if a woman is trying and then you're dwindling her efforts, then the effort is all futile. So one of the challenges is that. And then another challenge you also face is that in the rural areas, registering SIM cards is actually still tricky. Actually, with the NIRA registration, yes, some of them up to now haven't registered with NIRA, and then even with the SIM cards, some of them told them, okay, I have to go and maybe register with MTN. That is like, oh, the next service center is in I don't know 30 kilometers away, and they have to walk. So you find that there's this mainly connectivity, and then also sensitization of the men. If the men could actually support their wives, then I believe the fintech industry could actually grow bigger.
During the interaction with High People, the interoperable solution Mojaloop was introduced to YoPay, which can help integrate their financial services if adopted.
So we've had a good experience with High People, not just for the Mojaloop and Mojaloop initiative, but even in the awards that they've been organizing to raise awareness about the companies in Uganda, fintechs especially, and what they're doing and the impact they're making. So it has been a very positive experience, and we definitely support these types of initiatives. Speaking directly to Mojaloop, we see it as an important aspect that, if implemented, would enable a lot of development to happen in the fintech space. I will talk about two specific areas where I think Mojaloop would have a big part to play, and that is in identification. So if for example, Mojaloop is able to have a link to for example, the national ID infrastructure, and then provide access to this information in a secure and compliant way to various fintechs who may need to access this information in order to identify the different people who are applying for their services, that would be a great benefit, because that currently doesn't exist. So if that identification facility would be made available through Mojaloop, that would be quite good. The other aspect is on the side of the credit scoring, and if there is some work which Mojaloop can do in terms of linking into perhaps the existing credit reference bureau, or providing a new credit reference bureau which would have more players that are submitting data to it, and then providing a way or an interface through which fintechs can access this credit scoring in real time. We think that would be of great benefit to the industry. So we think it's a very good effort.
36 of the exciting 40 Days for the Fintechs initiative, and we are glad today to be at Yo Uganda. Now, one thing I need to say about Yo Uganda is that this is a pioneer and a giant aggregator and integrator in financial technology. But serving for 14 years and starting from a digital inclusion point of view, they are one of those very few fintechs that actually understand the story of how Uganda and Africa has grown through digitalization and now speaking to financial inclusion. Of course, walking the whole trail through a digital inclusion point of view, walking into financial inclusion, thinking of secure systems and not speaking about cybersecurity, is thinking real digital transformation. And they're doing this. They're doing merchant payments, they're doing agent banking, they're doing mobile P2P, they're doing bank to mobile transfers and all that kind of services. Of course, for the layperson that is out there watching Smart 24, Yo Uganda is one of those very important players in financial technology that we are very excited to celebrate. And it's very amazing that when we spoke about Mojaloop and interoperability, Yo Uganda expressed their excitement and their urge to actually embrace development and designing of interoperable payment solutions. Of course, you've heard and you've seen that they are already working on projects that are serving more than 135,000 farmers deep in the villages. They have taken up an initiative of making sure these farmers, especially women, have mobile devices. They're making sure they're receiving their payments in real time using mobile trusted devices and all that. And I mean, they're playing a very noble role in ensuring that the world achieves full financial inclusion soon. So we're very thankful to our partners, Modusbox, Crosslakes Technologies, and Mojaloop Foundation, and we are happy that the 40 Days for the Fintechs initiative that is presented by High People is shining a light on prime stories in financial technology that are transforming millions of lives.
High People is pleased to present 40 Days 40 Fintechs, an initiative under its Include Everyone program, as it continues to lead the way in advocacy for the creation and dissemination of technology that enables financial inclusivity. The inaugural 40 Days 40 Fintechs is shining a spotlight on those that are breaking down digital barriers and bringing millions more on the continent into the transactional space and transforming their lives for the better. 40 Days 40 Fintechs is presented in proud partnership with Crosslakes Technologies, Modusbox, and Mojaloop Foundation.
The 40 Days 40 Fintechs project will climax with the Fintech Landscape exhibition on the 15th and 16th of July 2020. Rita Cabanyoro, Smart 24.